ஹை ஹை ஹை. தம்ப்நெயில்ல கொஞ்சம் டார்க்காக தான் இருக்கும், எடுத்துக்கொள்கிறேன். என்னடா இது, இந்த கேம் எப்படா ஆரம்பிச்ச? பார்ட் 4 போட்டிருக்கு. நம்ம வந்துட்டோம். இது எப்படா ஆரம்பிச்ச அப்படின்னு கேட்பீங்க. அதுக்குள்ள பார்ட் 4 அப்படின்னு பல மாசத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஆரம்பிச்சு. இதுலன்னு சொல்லி ஹை ப்ரோ, ஹை ஹை ஹை. ஃபேன் ஷேர் எதுவும் வேணாம் ப்ரோ, ஜஸ்ட் கிவ் ப்ரோ, அது போதும். தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் கம்மிங் ப்ரோ. சரி, என்ன பண்ணணும்? ஓகே, வேம்பயர் கேம் பண்ணணும். எதுவும் இல்லை இலே பப்பர் கிட்டர் எதுவும் இல்லை என்றால் வேம்பியர் தலைவர் அடியில் இருக்கார். சொல்லல. ஓகே, ஜிஃபோர்ஸ் ஒரு கிட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டே. இவ்வளோ நேரம் ஆடிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஒரு வாட்ச் டாக்ஸ்ல ஒரு சைட் மிஷன் முடிக்க வேண்டியது ஆடிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஆடி முடிச்சோன்னு வந்துட்டு சரி. மாதிரி தோணும் இல்லை.
Some of us come to this world already touched by grace.
தெரிஞ்சுக்க father.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your damaging routine.
Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Barrett. You paid one way or another. Please, Joe. How long have you known?
It's locked, all right.
I will return later.
Over here.
This elixir will give you faith again.
Okay.
I cannot enter. It's locked. No one's there.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems, as long as you have the money. Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial. When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
பக் தான். ஓகே, பக் தான். பக் கரெக்டாக சொன்னேன். ட்ரை பண்ணிக்கலாம். கவர் எதுவும் வேலை செய்ய முடியும். வீடியோ
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked, all right. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
அதாவது இவங்க ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் இருக்க ஒரு நர்ஸை ஒருத்தர் மிரட்டுறான். ஓகேவா, அந்த நர்ஸை எதுக்கு மிரட்டுறான்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அதே மாதிரி இதுதான் ஜெர்னலிஸ்ட்.
Good evening, doctor. Can I help you?
அதே மாதிரி ஏன் மிரட்டுறான்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாங்க.
They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
Okay, உனக்கு ஏன்டா அந்த அக்கறை
I'm a
அடிக்கிறான்?
doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
உங்களுக்கு அவனை பத்தி என்ன தெரியும் கேட்குறேன். அவன் வெளியே போக மாட்டானு கேட்பேன்.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he...
Really? He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Bugga. Ini bugga. Soalnya kali pala padre. Box.
Hello again, miss.
Very well.
Goodbye then.
Post box. If you're a post box, it's not gonna be no. Post box.
Hello again, miss. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary.
Okay.
A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nithercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of
Whitechapel.
Sounds very mysterious. But sorry, no, never heard of her.
Tell me, Mr. Nithercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you have any examples?
In the struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Camellia பத்தி ஒரு இது கிடைச்சிருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி ரிச்சர்ட் நெட்வொர்க் இருக்கு.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives, how she survives, whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Did you know the mute Flost is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
Are you not curious?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reid. Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid?
Why should I?
Bro, அது ஒரு bug bro. அந்த bug இப்ப bro கண்டுபிடிச்சு சால்வ் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த பாட்ல கண்டினியூ பண்ணு. போன பாட்ல கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல. ஆமா கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know...
If you say so.
Thank you.
If you say... I'll leave you alone, sir. This is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
ப்ரோ இப்போ நான் ஸ்ட்ரீம் பண்றது எப்படி இருக்கு ப்ரோ? இந்த டைம்ல வந்தா இவன் இருப்பான்னு உங்களுக்கு தோணுதா? அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மாதிரி இல்லாம ஏன் லைவ் உங்களுக்கு என்ன எப்படி இந்த மாதிரி இத்தனை மணிக்கு வந்தா இருப்பேன் அப்படின்னு இருக்க ஃபீல் இருக்கா? இல்ல எப்பயும் போனதா இருக்கா?
ஆமா இருக்கு. 6 மணி ஆயிட்டாலே வந்து வருவானோ அப்படின்னு பார்க்க தோணுச்சு. நிறைய தடவை தோணுச்சு.
ஓகே அதுதான் கேட்குறேன்.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please. You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
நம்ம கையை பிடிக்கிறோம். இதுதான் ஹீரோ வேலை. ஆனா ஹீரோவே ஒரு திருட்டு பையனை தான் பிடிப்பான். Dorothy. Live சுத்துதா bro?
Razvan, can you hear my voice? I need help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort, liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
ஓடிட்டு சொல்ல முடியாதா?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
Need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
You're a butcher, sir. A sick and heartless butcher.
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reid?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Nurse Crane, there is no question that the work you've done here is extraordinary. But this dispensary is incapable of coping with the outbreak. It's only a question of days before the situation at hand will overwhelm us. I cannot allow it. It's my duty to put an end to this immediately.
Seriously?
I'm not ashamed. I did what was right. For in the end, I saved lives and you took them. But we had so much in common, Doctor. Don't you see that?
இவரால வர வேண்டிய ஹிங்ஸ் எல்லாம் போயிடுச்சு. Let's go. அது ஸ்டீஃபன் ஒரு கேம் வந்தது பாத்தீங்களா ப்ரோ?
கேம் பார்த்ததுல நான் கேள்வி.
அது நீங்க ஒரு தடவை செத்துட்டீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வயசாயிடும் ப்ரோ. அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட வயசு இருக்குன்னா விளையாட முடியும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க கேம் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். ஆனா அந்த கேமுக்கு ஒரு அல்டிமேட் ஒரு விஷயம் தெரியுமா? ஒரே ஸ்கேம் ப்ரோ. ஆமா ஆமா.
நான் திடீர்னு வேற மியூசிக் கேட்குறேன்.
phone வேற ஹேங் ஆகுது ப்ரோ. ஒரே சொல்லுங்க லைவ்ல இருந்து
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Burn it, boy! Die, vermin! It's down! Finish it! Crush the leech, boys!
எஸ்கேப் ரன்னிங் தமிழ் நல்லா இருக்கா?
உண்மையில நானும் பார்க்கலையே. பார்த்தோம்மா நல்லா இருக்கும்டா.
இதுக்கு எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றதுன்னா
அது வந்து
கொஞ்சம் இருட்டா இருக்குல்ல, அது அது கிட்ட பார்த்தா நல்லாதான் இருக்கு ப்ரோ. ஓகேவா? அது சின்னதா பார்க்க சொல்ல நல்லா இல்லை.
So much confusion in the channel update.
Yeah, Sai Games sir. Notice it. Channel நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு சேனல் அப்டேட் இருக்கு இன்னைக்கு இல்ல நாளைக்கு. இல்ல ப்ரோ கெஸ் பண்ணுங்க என்னவா இருக்கும்.
சேனல் அப்டேட்டா இல்ல வேற ஏதாவது?
இது ஹிண்ட் அவ்வளவுதான் தர முடியும். அப்டேட்
என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னு.
சரி எந்த வழியில போகணும்? அது வேற கரெக்டா வருமா என்னன்னு தெரியல ப்ரோ, அதனால நான் மூடிக்கிட்டு கிடக்குறேன் ப்ரோ. ஓகேவா புரியுதா? ரிப்பேர் ஆகி வருமா அந்த பயத்தில் இருக்கேன். ஓகேவா அதனால நான் சொல்றேன், நான் அப்டேட் சொல்றேன்ல அந்த அப்டேட் சொல்லு.
அப்டேட் சொல்லிட்டியோன்னு நினச்சிக்கிறேன், காதில் சொல்லியோன்னு நினச்சேன்.
நான் சிண்டிகேட் ஆரம்பிக்கலாம்னு நினைச்சேன் ப்ரோ. இந்த வேம்பியர் மறுபடியும் ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு சிண்டிகேட் ஆரம்பிக்கலாம் தான் நினைச்சேன். பட் சிண்டிகேட் ஆரம்பிச்சா வாட்ச் டாக்ஸும் ஒரு இது, அதுக்கப்புறம் சிண்டிகேட்டும் யூபி சாஃப்ட், அப்புறம் 2 யூபி சாஃப்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஹரிஷ் ஆயில் ப்ரோ ஹாய். யாருக்கிட்ட சொல்லணும் இதை?
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I have to go now, sir. But don't
bro,
hesitate to
need 1
contact
minute
me
time
if you
out
need
for
any
me.
help.
எதுக்கு 1 time outலாம் டைம் அவுட் போடணுமா? எதுக்கு? என் ஃபோன்ல டச் வேலை செய்யாதியா, அது போட முடியாது. சும்மா தான் வச்சுருக்கேன், அது யூஸ் பண்றதுக்கே கடுப்பாகும். சும்மா போடுங்க, போர் அடிக்குதா? என்னால போட முடியாதுயா, என் ஃபோன்ல டச் வேலை செய்யாது. ஓகே நம்ம மிஸ் ஏய் கொன்னுட்டா. வேணாம் ப்ரோ, ஐயோ சம்பவம் ப்ரோ, ஓட்டி பாருங்க லைவ்ல.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reid. I like a man who speaks his mind.
ப்ரோ ஆமா, இது வேம்பியர் ஓகேவா? ஹெல்ப் பண்றாங்க இந்த ஹாஸ்பிட்டலோட டீனுக்கும் இது வேம்பியர் தெரியும் ஓகேவா? ஹெல்ப் பண்ணோம் நம்ம சார் ரத்தம் குடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கா.
The desire for blood, or to be of service to man.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter, his cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blood path.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
அது எடு சொல்றேன், நான் தொடர்றது வேலை செய்யாதியா. நான் தொடர்றதுக்கு ஆப்போசிட்டா தான் நினைக்கிறேன். நான் அதுக்கு
And who was this woman?
ப்ரோ வேணாம்
If you
ப்ரோ.
must know, she worked under my employ as
பேசுறதே 2
nurse
பேர்,
Craig.
அவருக்கும் டைம் அவுட்
But I
கொடுத்துருக்கா.
wager that's not what will be written on her gravestone.
You killed her. Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Dr. Reid?
I did what I thought was
வணக்கம்யா
best.
வணக்கம்யா. டார்க்
You will
இப்போ
learn that
PC
trust is
வந்துட்டாங்களா
a rare and
PC
precious
பாஸ்வேர்ட்
commodity
எடுத்து
in the
விட்டாங்களா
mortal's world, my young doctor. And your actions have not induced me to offer you my support.
நாய்ஸ் வருதா
உங்க மைக்ல இருந்தா ஆமா என்ன மொட்டை மாடல இருக்கீங்களா
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and
Copyright
compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our...
பார்க்கலாம் ஹாய் போட்டு பாருங்க மக்களே
Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I
டெய்லி
only
டிமெண்ட்
feed
சப்போர்ட்
upon
பண்ணாங்க
the
நம்ம
dying.
6 o'clock ரெகுலர் லைவ் பண்ண பார்க்குறோம் இதுதான் முக்கியமான எனக்கு பிரதர்ஹுட் பத்தி தெரியுமா
Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole.
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding. As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
பசிக்காக தானே சாப்பிட்றேன் ஒரு இதுக்காக சாப்பிடல
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter skull.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires, but all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker. Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed. I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen. Society, and like all the best ones, secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruited.
Indian Oasis,
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear.
Indian Oasis நல்லா இருக்கும் யூஐ பார்க்க. ஆனா யூஸ் பண்ணி பார்த்தது இல்லை.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
ஒவ்வொரு பட்டனை கிளிக் பண்ணாலும் அது ஒரு நிமிஷம் லோடு சுற்றுது.
ப்ரோ ஒன்றும் இல்லை ப்ரோ ஆர்டிக்ஸ் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட இருக்கு ஓகேவா சமஸ்பெக்ஸ் ரைசன் இன்டெல் i9 i7 10th ஜென்னா ரைசன் புது ப்ராசரான்னு தெரியல எல்லாமே புதுசு ஓகேவா வாங்கி ஒரு 8 months 10 months தான் இருக்கும் ஓகேவா அது 50,000 விற்கிறாரு வேணுமா புதுசு ஆமாம்
கார்டு என்ன சொன்னேன்
ஆர்டிக்ஸ் 3070 நினைக்கிறேன் ஆர்டிஎக்ஸ் கார்டு தான் அது சரியா ஞாபகம் இல்லை நான் கேட்டு சொல்கிறேன்
50,000
நான் வாங்குறேன்
20 series 30 series
30 சீரிஸ் தான்
ஓ 30 series
ஆமாம் நான் இருந்ததுனால எனக்கு அது கம்மியாக தராரு
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu?
இது சொல்லுங்க வேணா அவர் விக்காம நான் பாத்துக்கறேன்
ஓகே ஓகேடியா நல்ல இது ப்ராசஸர் என்ன சொன்னேன்
ரைசனா இன்டெல்லாம் தெரியல நான் கேட்டு சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு ஓகேனா சொல்லுங்க நான்
நீங்க டீடைல்ஸ் மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க அது என்ன எக்ஸ் சீரிஸ் ப்ராசஸரா
இல்ல ப்ரோ அவர் கேமிங் லேப்டாப் ப்ரோ அது
ஓ லேப்டாப் பிசி இல்லையா
ஆஹா கேமிங் லேப்டாப்
லேப்டாப் இப்பதான் வந்திருக்கும் ஆர்டி சீரிஸ் 30 சீரிஸ் அதுக்குள்ள ஏன் வைக்கிறாரு
அவர் புது பிசி பில்ட் பண்றாரு
வாங்கி எத்தனை நாள் இருக்குன்னு தெரியல
ஒரு 1 year குள்ள தான் இருக்கும்
ஓ அப்பயே ஆர்டி ஏன்னா லேப்டாப்
3050 ல 3070
but I have something important to tell you
50000 தானா
This strain of flu.
அதான் சொல்றேன்ல எனக்காக தராரு ப்ரோன்னு ஏன் ப்ரோ இது சொல்றீங்க
It's downright peculiar.
இல்ல ஒரு ஆச்சரியமா இருக்குமா இல்லையா
எனக்கு அதான் சொல்றேன் அவர் 50000 சொன்னோனே ஓகேன்னு சொல்லிடலாம் காசு இருக்கணும்ல
We're facing something new here, Dr. Swansea. Something terrible.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes.
Unlike
the flu,
the
infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the soul, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy, with your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Burn it, boys! I'll kill it!
வார்த்தையில புது டிஎல் சேர்ந்துருக்காங்க ப்ரோ. ப்ரோ கேக்குதா எஸ்கே ப்ரோ?
கேக்குது.
வாட்ஸ்அப்ல ஒரு ஹாய் அனுப்புங்க ப்ரோ. நம்பர்லாம் இல்ல.
என் நம்பரா?
வாட்ஸ்அப்ல ஒரு ஹாய் அனுப்புங்க.
Burn it, boys!
I cannot enter. My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
What do you want? Somebody help! What do you want?
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reid. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. and whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Oh.
No, Jonathan. She was your sister. And the pain of her death, the hunger that killed her, will stab at you for years. It's important to cry for those you love.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
That's it.
Die for me! Kill it, boy! To hell!
And off to church he goes. A newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin. Forget your old, weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Best run along home, sir. We have to stop it! Stop!
This man stunned me with his crucifix. This is not good news.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
I've no need for a kind ear, only a moment of peace in God's house.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Look at it! Vicious bugger! Go on back to the shadows! He's mine! I'll take it!
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
True, my champion. If you are the servant of knowing, I serve.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me. Turning to now I should or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
The hospital is chaotic as it is. No one will notice a few more bodies.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. I cannot enter.
Okay. Good.